Hello, everybody. It's Thursday, not Tuesday. Um, Alan and I spent the last 20, 30 minutes playing around with live videos. Um, I, so to back up a bit, last week I met with Charles, um, and I created a room in Facebook. I can't create a live event in the Follow the Money group. But him and I chatted for 45 minutes, an hour. Unfortunately, I couldn't record it. Well, actually, I screen recorded it, but couldn't actually hear anything. So I think Alan and I, because I had this idea in my head that I wanted it to be sort of like this, where, you know, him and I get in a chat and then we share screens. Other people follow along um, to kind of go through charts, those things, the app. So we're close. We finally figured out how this live video thing works. Um, and next thing is basically just trying to figure out a date and time, or, if we're going to do these weeklies, bi-weeklies, um, whatnot. Um, I I had an amazing day, and I try to, as much as I can, um, keep updated or keep the group updated. I know I don't remember when I posted my lotto trades for Google and Cliffs. Cliffs worked. I think I made 70%. Google did not work. And I don't know if you
You
guys
should have
saw.
sold. You should have sold earlier then.
Right, exactly. So I made a video on Tuesday, I think, or Wednesday. Um, I'm losing track of days. But there was a day when Google, darn it, I got way too much going on. Um,
You're too darn busy.
um, so this day, it was this candle. I said, this is a pretty huge bullish candle because, um, they took this down, but then buyers came back in. So I said, it's probably shouldn't hold my Google puts. Should have taken that as a signal, but I didn't. Um, and now if you look, this is the opposite of this candle, and I was kind of surprised at the sell-off this afternoon. Um, and then going into Friday. Um, so um, but yeah, like I said, I try to keep you guys updated in the group. Um, I I was thrilled with this app because what I did around lunchtime, and here's a testament to how much I have going on. I have all of these things open and working. Um, but I saw that Triple M. So what I did is I came in around lunchtime and I said, okay, which one of these triggers is the latest? And I think Triple M was the one like around lunchtime. Um, and I was fortunate enough to get this move. Um, and maybe it's luck. I was lucky enough to get out. I saw this 140, which is 240 Eastern, and I said, well, it's getting late in the day. Um, I need to get out, and I avoided this crash. Um, Triple M, this huge candle, this huge sell-off, is basically due to this. They basically paid a dividend. Um, and when a stock goes ex-dividend, these guys get the dividend, but these guys don't. So the stock normally, and you would expect it to, drops by the amount of the dividend. So that's where this came in. And like I said, this didn't trigger till later in the morning. So that's how I use the app for Triple M. I'm finding, and it was funny because I think I traded And I'll look at my orders because there's quite a few actually. So Oxy was the first to trigger. Oxy. And let's do this. Oxy triggered here. I got in and then basically got out. And if you notice, this is the first 30 minutes of trading. Not a good thing. And when I got into this, I got in light. I mean, I said, well, I'm not going to spend a lot of money. I'm going to get in just to get in. And sure enough, it reversed on me. I had a good entry in Google. I got in at 858, which is this candle. I got a lot of heat here, but if you notice, we never closed below that 5-minute high, and we basically just took off to the races.
So why didn't you go ahead and sell there, Brian? I don't get it.
So so Google. Oh, why didn't I sell on this candle?
Yeah, at the top. No, at the top.
Oh,
Make your 5,000 and get out.
let's see. I got out of Google at 10:08, which is
you don't get out at 10:08. You get out at 10.
yeah, I was 5 minutes late. 5 minutes late.
Jeez, right. It's in the book. Right.
So let's. I know, right?
10 o'clock.
So okay, hold on. So I think
That's your alarm clock to 10 o'clock.
I know, right?
Yeah. After 10, you get your reversal.
Yeah. So I saw, and I've heard more than one people say, I didn't see Alan's post about JNJ.
Bring up the option volumes on that. And just so you know, I bought it for 300. I could have sold it for like 700 or 800. You know, when it was at when it was at that. What I like, you got the option chain there?
Yeah, and you're gonna complain because it's not Fidelity, it's harder to read.
I can't read it at all. I mean,
okay.
But I still see it. See, what it is that let's make a point here, okay? All I care about is the color. Okay, you see that right there? That's what you care about, is the 2,000 that were 394 that were bought at 157.50. You have to ask yourself, why did they buy it? And I'm going to tell you something. I watched JNJ most of the day. There was no call options in the morning. They came in later, so they knew something was going on. But what I want to show you, the 160 is what I call the hammer. Oliver Velez calls it the elephant. Why does 8,463 call options for tomorrow?
Right, yeah.
Why are they there? I mean, it looks to me you could still got it at $6 a contract.
Yeah. You know, and honestly, what I did, so, and let's do this.
Now, I don't think that the market should have gone down today. I mean, it took a pretty good spanking at the end of the day. So if we would have ended up in the upper trajectory, I think JNJ could have gone to 161. But it followed the market because JNJ is part of some of the Dow components. So
yeah, I got in, I think, at 5. I got 2. So I spent $10. I sold one at 14. I think it was 14, which is right here.
That's not bad.
So again, I got kind of lucky. So I basically have a free.
There's no luck in this thing.
Okay.
You made a great trade. You got out and you made money. You doubled. Well, you know, that's 100% profit.
I'm still holding one. I'm still holding the 160 call for tomorrow. We'll see. Like I said, this sell-off kind of spooks me. I'm not too bullish going into tomorrow.
Yeah, the sell-off was everybody. But what the thing is you got to, what I like to do is I write down how much are in there. Now, if you went ahead and if you have the app, now this is something I'm trying to get in your hands. Look at this right here, the last 10 minutes. Can you see on my screen?
I wonder how, let me see, can I maximize?
All right, the point of the matter is the last 10 minutes, which to me is the most important thing. And if you don't have this app, you get on Brian and you tell him you want this app. 877,700 contracts came in.
And I need to develop it for Apple.
So you had 205,000 puts. But the thing is you got to ask yourself, why in the last 10 minutes of trading did you have almost 1 million call options come in on calls? So the thing is that, we're watching for this stuff.
Yeah.
Do you know what a hypothesis is?
Yeah.
What's a hypothesis?
It's something that you think until proven.
And another way of putting it, it's an educated guess. My guess is, looking at this here, that JNJ could go to 165 tomorrow because you had a huge amount of call options at the 162.50.
Yeah.
So are you willing to risk $300? Because if it goes to 165 tomorrow, how much money did I make?
495 times 50. I'm not a math.
$25,000 on a $300 investment.
Right. Yeah.
You can't do that in the casino.
Yeah. No.
So the issue is what, and this is a no loss trade. I took the money that I made in Google. Brian was in on the same trade. He took the profits from Google, rolled them into JNJ because it was a hypothesis, an educated guess. You only do this on Friday. You don't do this any other day. It's only a Friday trade. And I'll tell you what, another one I did really well on was US Steel. So US Steel, I was in 5,000 contracts going into the 15th. Bring up US Steel. Now that one, the register cash for $2,000 on that one. Not a huge amount.
Yeah, here's my cliff, which actually did take 21.
Yeah, it did the same thing. Bring up a 2-day. That ain't 2-day.
So what day this?
That's a 2-day.
So this is 215.
Yeah, but look at that. See, what I like to do is that I went ahead and went short on the 14th. Did very well on those options. I sold them and then I turned it around. I didn't do it on US Steel. I turned them around and I bought the contracts. Actually, I bought them on the. I bought the contracts on the 14th at the end of the day for US Steel. And then the thing is, you could see I sold them at 12 o'clock. My experience is at 12 o'clock, usually things go down. So you look at the 14th and then look from the 14th to 12 o'clock. So is that a nice move?
Yeah. Well, if you notice, so here's a big red candle and look at this volume. I mean,
yeah, but that's just because everybody got spooked. I mean, the market dropped the last couple hours of trading. Now, I hope it works out for me, but I'm going to tell you what I'm in tomorrow. Now, let me just, I want to explain, because this is what you got to do is think. What was the markets that were up very high today?
I don't even know. To tell you the truth.
The Asian markets.
Hmm.
All your China stocks did very well today. Even though, if you bring up NetTeas, NTES, bring up NetTeas.
Let's go back.
So the point is that you can see the NetTeas did very well today.
Yeah, it gap up. Here's your
It
gap.
gapped up because the Asian markets were up almost 2%. That's a huge amount. And so what happened is that I'm anticipating, it could be wrong, that the Asian markets will fall heavily tomorrow because they're going to follow the US markets. Because the Asian markets open at 8 p.m. Sorry about that, 8 p.m. Because they open at 8 p.m., the thing is that they're going to follow our markets. And if they do, that what it is that I'm in very heavily into the China stocks going down tomorrow.
Yeah,
Now,
I'm just look at
when I do a trade, that's a huge amount. But bring up Asia for today.
Europe, Asia.
No, Asia. No, that's because they're already
Asian
showing.
markets mostly rise. Yeah, I don't know how to get the yesterday for.
Yeah, that's funny that they're already going into. So the Asian markets were up 1.7%. Huge amount. So right there, the HSI, the Hong Kong markets, which I had the great privilege of going there with my wife. We visited Hong Kong. They gave me a VIP presentation, and we got to do the opening gong there. And it's a beautiful opportunity that we got to do the tour of the Hong Kong Stock Exchange.
I want to say there's a picture.
Oh, yeah.
There's a picture, and I think in our group of it, either that or in your personal thing.
No, it's in the group.
Mhm.
So now, just saying how you do it. How in the world are you bringing those up? Those are from my phone.
In our group and media.
Oh, is it? Okay. So go to search. If you go to search, let me tell you, a lot of people don't know this feature. In Follow the Money, go to search and put Hong Kong Exchange. All right, so that's who I met with. That she was the VP of the exchange, Bonnie, and then you got that's me there, and then should be. It was actually a warm day. I would have had a suit. There's the gong. You know how a lot of people don't know this feature exists. So the thing is like if you put Hershey's in there or Valentine's Day, you'll find out on the search engine how this stuff works. But Bonnie had us. It was just a beautiful time. And then when I went to the Tokyo Exchange, it's all automated and computers there, so I didn't really meet with anybody there. But I mean, we met some people there, but not like Hong Kong. Hong Kong is a lot more regulated. So yeah.
Yeah, interesting. And in this will flow through. So it starts over in the East, and then eventually we'll go to Europe, and then last the DAX.
And if you notice that so we followed the Chinese markets at one time. We were up 140 points in the futures, and then the DAX and everything was up over 1%. So we were continuing. Then I don't know. Then they had the inflation spooked everybody. You know that we fell with that. But my point is that we dropped 1.2%. I am expecting the Chinese markets to drop tomorrow, 0.5, 1%. And again, it's all risk reward. Now, what I was doing is I could get net tease puts for a song. I mean, they were so cheap. It was like almost crazy how cheap they were.
Hmm.
And so what it is that, you know, I don't like to do overnight trades and stuff like that. But the point is that, you know, if it drops $3 tomorrow, I want to make three, 4,000. So it's kind of like if you can get them at an inexpensive price, it's worth taking a little bit of a hypothesis, or, you know, a little bit of a risk, because the thing is that the what you can make, you know, if you're right, is just so huge. But
Right.
it has to go ahead and give you it has to give you a high return rate, or you don't even bother with it. So
Well, and basically it's just putting the odds in your favor, you know, and that's what
and that's
the
what casino does.
right, and
That's
that's what the
their favorite.
earnings app is, and that's what the options volume is. It's something to kind of give you that edge, because you know nothing's 100%.
Nothing.
As long as it's over 50%, you know.
70 to 80% is where you need to be.
Yeah. So
Sweet. Well, Brian, I'm gonna let you go. You are busy as all get out.
no, right. I have to,
You got a blizzard going on there in Wisconsin.
yeah, let me leave you with this. Because I have to snow blow later tonight. So it's been, and you know,
So,
the funny thing is that they canceled school yesterday afternoon because of this snowmageddon or whatever. But this is my backyard today. Um,
wow.
so and it's I think it started snowing at like 8 in the morning ish. And it's been snowing basically all day. So um
Just so you know, where I'm at in southeastern Michigan, there is absolutely zero snow. And yesterday, when I came back from Clearwater, it was 50 degrees.
well, you know, and the funny thing is Saturday or Sunday it's supposed to be up to 40. So odds are this is going to be gone in a day or two. And that's kind of how our winter has been. You know, we get these big storms and then they go away in a day or two and another big storm. So but the and most and some of you or people that aren't from the north don't really get this, but the coolest thing is to go out at night, totally quiet, you know, and basically just be outside. And it's the greatest thing, I think, just to stand there, and it's something to enjoy. I mean, it's like
I don't. Just so you know, everybody in the north don't think like Brian.
it's so quiet though. It's so quiet and peaceful to be like, you know,
Well,
you're
what we like, especially like in Michigan, is that what we like about the seasons is there's no mosquitoes,
that is true.
there's, there's no bugs, there's nothing. They're all dead. There's not, and the thing is it's just beautiful. I mean, the thing is when it's nice weather,
Right.
that's what I like about the Four Seasons, because we don't have per se snakes and spiders and all those things. It's just basically, you know, we don't even really have mosquitoes. And it's definitely don't have them this time of year. So yeah.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. And the fall's gorgeous. And I'm jealous of Darren over in Vermont because the fall's even more gorgeous over there. So
Darren's watching. I want to get to Maine this year. That's on the agenda. So I want to get to Breton Harbor.
hmm,
Uh, so that's a possibility. So I want to get to Maine. So I want to see Darren. Darren's the coolest guy going. I think
yeah.
he's fun. It's fun to hang out
Oh,
with.
you know what? Lisa's 50th birthday is August 5th. So it
Oh,
might be early, but there you go. I'll take a trip out to Vermont or out east.
wow. Yeah. What's
Yeah.
wrong with it?
I got to start planning that.
Take in a Red Sox game.
There you go. Yeah, the Green Mile or the what is it? The
Green
Green
Monster.
Monster?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So,
All right, great. It's
okay,
good talking to you, Brian.
sounds good. Everybody take it easy. We'll talk to you guys soon. Bye, everyone.